Happy 2026. I hope you're going to enjoy the first weekend of the new year and that it started off really well. Hey, if you're new to this show, my name is Kirti and welcome and a happy new year to you too. So, I've been last year, no, some of you may have noticed, but it's been hectic. I was going up and down, trying to figure everything out. So, towards the end of 2025, I had watched this masterclass with Martha Stewart, and I love something she alluded to. She said, there are two words she didn't like. One was pivot, and the other was change. She's like, you can't really change. What you can do is evolve. And I thought, yeah, you know what? She has a point. The problem with the word change is that it kind of puts this sense of pressure to be something other than who you really want to be or are. And there's some feeling of measurement there. You're measuring yourself into this persona you think you want to be, but in a way, telling yourself the parts of you is not relevant. Whereas evolvement has this thing of like, I am embracing wherever I am and whatever I am doing and what I'm going to do with it to go forward. And I thought I like that word evolvement. And this year it's all about that. It's paying attention to the word evolvement. And while I was doing that, I was also doing the branding of my company. So end of the year, instead of going all out and getting exhausted by meeting so many people, I took a retreat. I just said, okay, if I take everything out of the equation, what am I really sitting alone with? I moved to a new country, new beginnings. What does that beginning would look like for me? How have I evolved in all these years that I had since I left Curacao? So it took a lot of editing and really thinking deep of where to want to go. And being a little bit more intentional, I didn't feel the need to have resolutions or try this or try that. I accepted all the things that I have done along the way. And funnily enough, I now started to see the dots connecting, which I couldn't for a very long time. People would ask me, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm like, yeah, but I am, but not really doing it. So I sat down and I said, okay, right, let's go through this, and thanks to ChatGPT and for me also Gemini, I was able to have somebody sit or something sit outside of my head and help me process and put things in perspective. And that also gave me clarity of where do I want to go with Drop Your Noise? Who do I want to invite? What do I want to do with the mission I feel like I'm on, or my sense of purpose, the conversations that drive me and, kind of give me a little bit of that zest. And I went back constantly to the word evolvement. So if you're sitting in January and making all these like lists and everything, why not just not do that for a second? Why not take an inventory of your skills, your talent, your wisdom, your experiences, and see how you've evolved every step of the way. And going forward, I am also going to share more about these pause phrases I keep writing. I've created some card decks last year and I want to do more with them. I want to share also these workbooks and kits that you could do with this word evolvement, seeing where you are and where you want to go rather than constantly sitting back, wishing you did this or putting more regrets or comparison into the equation and feeling exhausted. I want to help you get out of that exhaustion and just get a fresh perspective on your own life and trust yourself once more. For me, that was so important. And I always felt that I was the kinds of program, the personal developments I kept receiving, it felt very pressurizing for me. I have owned one thing about me. I like to take my time. There is a value of being slow in the speed of everything because then I feel I'm in control within and I can navigate my composure. I can navigate how I speak and communicate in different environments because I never had that in I always felt I was out of control with that. And so these last 10 years have been very much about dropping my noise and being able to just be me and move it forward. And everything came together end of the year because I sat quietly with myself and took that inventory. Take that inventory. Give yourself that 5 to 10 minutes. And if you need extra support, contact me. Let's work together. Have a happy 2026 and look forward to yourself, evolve yourself, and don't and try and take that pressure on how what's expected of you and how you think you should be, and focus on what you could be. Have a good one. Till the next one. Take care.